Good evening and welcome to Back Alley Bonsai. Today, what I'm going to be working on is something a little different. I've never really tried this before, so it's going to be a little bit of an adventure. What I have here is an elm that I took as a cutting from a tree that no longer exists here in the neighborhood. There's a lot of construction going on, and this particular tree was cut down. I got a couple of cuttings off of it though before that happened. It's starting to leaf out really well. I'm really excited about this particular tree. This kind of pot here, just full of sphagnum moss. It's got a ton of roots in here. I've checked it repeatedly. It's super healthy. The only problem with this particular tree is that it's not particularly interesting. You can see, like at the top of it here, we've got lots and lots of branching. That's all very interesting looking. And then there's this big, long, straight section here. And then there's this bottom part down here, which has got some branching, but isn't really all that interesting on its own. And there's a couple of things you can do with a tree like this. You can just kind of chop off the top and start working with all the material at the bottom, which seems like a bit of a waste. You can also do you can cut it off and just do this as a separate planting, stick it in the ground and hope that it roots. You can do another air layer, and for those of you guys who aren't familiar with air layering is basically where you take and you girdle the entire section of the tree, cut away all the bark, all the cambium, all the green material, so there's no longer any water or nutrient flow upwards, and that will trigger the top part to start sending out roots to make up for it. And these particular trees, these elms, are really good at that. They will do that almost accidentally, which is why this particular root cut or this particular air layer worked out so well. But what I'm going to try and do is a different technique today. I'm going to do a split trunk air layer, which I've never tried. I've seen it on YouTube a couple of times, and I'm excited to give it a shot. So what I have here is just a little bottle, and you can see that I have cut a small opening into it. It roughly corresponds, it's a little bigger than the width of the trunk here on the tree. And I'm going to cut a slit into the tree, basically cutting the trunk in half, putting part of it into the bottle, strapping the bottle on there, and seeing if I can get some roots. Hopefully the advantage of this is that I don't wind up with a bunch of dieback as a result of the cutting. The tree may not take to it, and may just ignore the cutback section, but that's going to be kind of the experiment. So we'll see how this goes. I'll zoom you in real close on the work that I'm going to do, and we'll just kind of go forward from there. I'm trying to get this cut quite deep without also getting my hands in the way. And let's compare this to my bottle. See just how far can I go? Pretty much right up to that branch. Whoop, there we go. All right, cool. And you can see right in there, that's basically half the thickness of the branch. And I've got lots of good green cambium growing in there. So the next thing is just to take my bottle, and we're just going to slide that up along there, like so. Make sure that it wedges in there real nice. To keep that from moving around, I'm going to get this zip tie. this highly technical bonsai zip tie. And strap that in place to secure it. Cool. And now we just turn it back upright again. All right, and there is my newly placed air layering. I'm going to fill it up with some water, and we will keep an eye on it for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I will see some root growth on that. Well, there we go. That's all there is to this. I'm going to put a little bit of water in this bottle, and we'll keep an eye on this thing over the next couple of weeks and see if we get some root growth in there. Hopefully I haven't made a terrible mistake. If you enjoy this content, please make sure you hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner. Tell your friends, like this video, hit the little bell if you want to be notified when I do more videos. Other than that, thank you very much, you guys, and have a wonderful day.